Hi, and welcome to Introduction to Programming with Python. This is Lesson 1, and I am Roy Campbell, and I will be with you for the next several lessons. I was going to go through a whole lot of other things, and things like, well, data is king, and building blocks of programming and all that sort of stuff, and tell you what I like. I like flow, iterate, decision. And then I was going to go explain what flow is, like a river flowing, water flowing in a river from higher to lower ground. And it always basically follows the same path, just like a program follows the same lines of script. And then I was going to talk about iteration or repeating things, and then I was going to talk about if statements and decisions and the fact that programs need to make decisions just like we sometimes need to make decisions. And then I was going to introduce you to your IDE, or to an IDE that I use called PyCharm, and an IDE is your integrated development environment. I was going to do all of that, but I realized that's all boring. Let's actually just start coding and see what happens. So this is the IDE I was going to be describing. It's called PyCharm, and you'll notice on the left side we have our project files, and really we only need to worry about this one called Guess the Number, which right now is empty because we haven't actually put anything in it yet. So typically at the start of a program, you're going to put in some comments. And comments have a hashtag or a number sign or a pound sign, depending on what you call them, as the first character. And that just says, ignore everything on this line. Okay? That is for us to use while describing what we're doing. Now, next, we're going to put an import statement. Any import statements we have are going to go next, right at the very start, and basically they say import this library. Now, a library is a list of functions, and functions are collections of code that do one thing. So this library called random can generate random numbers. It can pick random items out of a list. There's lots of things it can do. For now, you'll notice that that text is gray, which means it's not being used, just like comments aren't being used. Then you have print statements, and in this case, we're printing to the screen saying, hey, welcome to our game. Try to guess the number. It's between 1 and 100. You're going to get 6 tries to guess this number. And then we set a variable called keep trying, and we set it to true. And then we have while keep trying, and that will set up our first repeater, or our first iterator, but really our first repeater, where we will go through a set of code, and as long as we don't change the value of keep trying, it's going to come back up to this while keep trying statement and keep doing everything that's part of that block of code. Okay? Next, we're going to actually insert that block of code. And in this case, we're going to assign to a variable called secret number, and we're going to use that random function library. And there, you'll see that it's highlighted as well, and that this text is now colored. And down here, the function is actually randint. So the library is random, and then we put a period, and then randint, and then we say, and this randint is random integer or random number. And we're going to pick a number between 1 and 100. We're going to set guess equal to 0. That's outside of 1 to 100. So the guess cannot be equal to the secret number to start with. And then tries equal to 0 because we're giving the person 6 tries. Okay, so then we're going to say, while guess is not equal to secret number and tries are not equal to 6, and we've already explained that, then we're going to say guess is equal to input. So we want input from the keyboard. What is your guess between 1 and 100? So they'll put a number in. And then we're going to verify that they actually put a number in. And if they don't put a number in, the way this is currently written, we'll get an error. Now, because we're testing it, we won't actually do that, but in a future lesson we will, for sure. So, if our guess is greater than the secret number, here we have a decision to make. And it's purely a decision. There's no repeat, anything else. Then, if the guess is greater than the secret number, then the guess is we're going to print that your guess is too high. And we're going to say elif or else if. So, if the guess is not greater than the secret number, then we're going to say, maybe it's less than the secret number. Oh, print, your guess is too low. Okay, and then we're going to add 1 to tries, so that tries will then be equal to 1, and the next time through it'll be equal to 2 and 3 until it gets to 6 and kicks us out of this repeat or loop. And down here we say if guess is equal to secret number. So here we said if it was greater than, here we said it was less than. Now, but if it's actually equal, well, if it's equal after a guess, it's going to come back up here and it's going to say, oh, well, that guess is not equal, but it is equal. Okay, I have to jump out of this loop, and I come down here and it's, oh, if guess is equal, well, then I'm going to print, well done, you guessed my number. Hallelujah, we got it right. But if we get up here and we say guess is still not equal to secret number, but tries are equal to 6, well, but tries aren't less than 6 anymore. So again, we've come all the way out of that loop, and we come down and we say, well, if guess is equal to secret number, nope, that's not it. Well, there's only one other option then, and that is that we're going to say print, sorry, better luck next time. You've used up your 6 guesses, and then we're going to print the secret number was, and we're going to tell them what the secret number was. Finally, we're going to say try again. I'm actually going to put an enter in there, just to help us understand more about what's going on. We're going to create a whole new variable, and we're going to say try again, and we're going to say we want input from the keyboard. Would you like to try again? And then we're asking them for a Y for yes or an N for no. And if try again is not equal to a yes, then they don't want to try again. And so then we set keep trying. Remember we said keep trying up here was true. Now we'll say keep trying is false. And then we'll jump out here all the way out to the edge and say print a blank line and then exit the script and print thanks for playing. Now you'll notice that I have these indents in here. And in Python, anytime I'm in a loop or anytime I'm in a decision or some combination of them, I indent a certain number of characters, usually 4. 4 seems to be the best practice. But you always indent, and you always indent the same amount so that Python knows that that's what it is you're trying to do. And when we've finished running all of this, now you'll notice up here we say, oh, I have a warning. It's a weak warning, so it's not going to actually stop the program from running. And we have 2 typos. Well, I don't like typos. So let's look and see what the problems are. The typo right here is YouTube. It thinks I spelled YouTube wrong. Well, come on. Let's just correct it. Capital Y, capital T. Now it's happy. Now, what's this warning? Blank line at end of file. Really? What blank line? Oh! See? This is where Python can do some what I consider silly things. There's 2 blank lines at the end. It wants 1 blank line at the end. Honest, it does want one blank line at the end. Oh, now it doesn't. Okay. Fine. But Python has some very unique ways of processing information, unlike other pieces of other programming languages. And one of those, there is a poem. There is a poem on the internet, and it's called The Zen of Python. And it basically describes how best practiced Python is written. So if you want to read that and see how well I'm doing with matching up with best practices, you should go read it and take a look. Okay? And in the meantime, we've finished our script. Now, as a challenge, you can change what numbers are you generating the secret number between. You can change the number of tries. You can completely change the variable names. You can do anything you want to this script and just make modifications to it, see what happens. The best way to learn is by trying and figuring things out. Now, really quickly, before we go, we need to run this and make sure it actually works. So, we start that. It opens a window on the Run tab down here, and it says, "Welcome to the number guessing game. I'm trying to guess the number I'm thinking of. It's between 1 and 100. You have 6 tries. What's your guess?" Well, let's start with 50. It's in the middle. Oh, your guess is too low. Well, halfway between 50 and 100 is 75. Your guess is still too low. 87. Your guess is still too low. 94. Your guess is too low. I have 2 guesses left. And it's between 95 and 100. So I'm going to say 97. Your guess is too high. Well, is it 95 or 96? I'm going to say 96. And we got the right number. So let's try one more. So we'll say yes. And this time we're going to say, what is your guess? Between 1 and 100. We'll start at 50. And your guess is too high. Well, maybe we don't want to go halfway. Maybe we only want to go to 40. Your guess is too high. Oh, 30. Your guess is too low. So it's between 31 and 39. So let's say 35. And that'll be our 4th guess. Your guess is too high. 34. Your guess is too high. How about 33? This is our 6th guess. Sorry, better luck next time. The secret number was 32. Would you like to try again? Nah, not this time. And there we have it. We have successfully run the program twice. Well, once. But then, rather than leaving, we tried it again. And then once we'd gone through it again, we made sure that we actually didn't get the right number. And so we got to see how it finished up. And so we got all of our messages. It was a successful test. Now, for something interesting to try with this script, you can remove or change, rather, the number of guesses, or change what the starting and ending numbers are in your random, or you can change messages. You can completely change the game. Maybe you want to try to guess a word or something. And so play with the script, see what you can do with it. Have fun. And until next time, keep playing, keep trying. We'll talk to you soon.